producing the shit out of niggas.
This whole episode.
Yo, Joe, you really feel like
He produced the shit.
you feel like you can't pile like you used to pile no more? Because they said that. They said even with the cold shit, they said because you said a lot of shit online that you didn't say on air. Do you feel like you can't really come on here and give it up like you used to?
No, I don't feel like that. They pissed me off online.
Nigga came in there.
They dragged it too long. Hey, y'all didn't go see Cole. So what? So what?
That was one.
Yeah, but I was trying to be cool with him at first. But if you ain't even amendable to how you, nigga, then I didn't go, nigga. I was home, fucking playing footsies. Nah, I'm fucking 46.
But niggas taking that
nigga,
cold shit too. I don't know what that.
They took that shit real.
They pressed me at investments.
Somebody made a good point though.
They got a
He
point.
made the dude made it. He was
What's
like,
the point?
yo.
They got a point.
The point is, plenty of times
Joe,
during that situation, Joe talked about it. Joe
not even a Joe thing. This ain't even about Joe. The point that the nigga made, he was like, yo, you know, Cole has the whole middle child thing going. Like it's like a syndrome type shit where I feel like I don't really get my just due. I'm the everyday man, that type of shit. They said some of his fans kind of adapted that. And with how niggas was talking about Cole after the apology, where niggas was like, basically, yo, we don't even want to hear none of that shit no more. Like almost treating him like you'll never be looked at the same again. For now, for me to come back, sell out these shows like that,
he's selling them out.
It's like the diehard Cole fans want to celebrate the win.
Corey.
So I understood Son's point when he said it. That ain't gonna make me want to go to the show.
Niggas put their personal shit aside, whether you like the music or not, whether you like the show or not. We talk about enough shit. It is something to being able to mention a nigga selling out 5 different New York shows.
See, that's the part that...
Hold on.
Go ahead.
There's something to it to at least mention, especially when people were saying, yo, this nigga might have fell off or niggas might not be fucking with him the same after him bowing out of a battle.
It's 2 things with that.
There's something to mention.
You went to the show, right? It's 2 things.
Yeah, but
why didn't you mention it?
Well, I did on my platform. And I also said it up here.
He said it when he got in
we
here.
good.
But
That's what I'm saying. I think you did the right thing.
But I also think they need to understand there's enough people up here that everybody don't have to fucking cover it. Everybody don't have to be a part of it in that way.
Well,
But it should be mentioned.
I think Parks would have went if he was stuck.
He said he was going to go.
He said
he went. It's just a bad. There's a bad luck. Like if he doesn't get stuck in Turks, this whole thing doesn't happen because we would have talked about it.
I'm not going... Like, I tweeted this shit. And I'm like, yo, fam, I've seen J. Cole
I'm not
literally say at noon, yo... fucking Brooklyn Mirage, whatever, just a venue. And the line wrapped for 8-9 blocks in New York. Niggas just standing out there in the rain. I've seen it. It's like, I'm not surprised.
Ish, what you about to say?
That nigga sold out 5 arenas.
Ish, what you about to say?
Why y'all acting like this is a shocker?
To everybody up here, was the J. Cole last album dope?
Don't matter.
It wasn't bad. It grew on me.
What does that matter?
I'm asking a question.
It's grown on me.
It matters to me.
I give it 4 mics.
It matters to me.
I give it 3.5, but
3.5, 4. 3.5. I wouldn't die on that hill.
Out of 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but let's just say we all say no. Now, what's your response to that?
So if everybody up here didn't enjoy the last album, he's on tour touring his last album, right? So some people, and I'm just objectively speaking, if a nigga saying, yo, he fell off since the piece up of the battle, and then you put out that last project that was underwhelming to most, then it might dissuade people from going to see the album that he's touring at this point.
Cool. Let me ask you this.
So his fan base of diehard fans would be in the door.
Let me ask you this.
To the other people that may not be diehard fans, if you just put out this album that we viewed as underwhelming and we not necessarily the biggest fan, Parks is a diehard J. Cole fan.
I wouldn't say that.
No, he's not. And on top of that,
Parks be raving about J. Cole a lot.
But Ish,
right,
what does
cool.
that have to do with still, we talk about shit up here that's trash and still talk about it. We just bigged up and then still mentioned the Felix, whatever nigga.
Yeah.
At bare minimum, nigga like J. Cole, whether we like the album or not, we don't have to talk about the album or whether we like the music that was going to be played at the show. But to not mention a nigga coming to New York, selling out Barclays twice, MSG, and then taking it over to UBS, that's something worth mentioning. That don't have nothing to do whether we like the music or not.
But we did mention it.
Niggas mentioned it.
We didn't
they
mention
said nobody went.
They were more so mad at the mention.
They wanted a deep dive.
Right.
They wanted niggas to go and really deep dive the show. That's what they wanted.
And I think they think that maybe with certain artists, we're intentional. Like, okay, one of us we got to go see so and so. One of us we want
to go.
And I don't know an artist that
don't apply to nobody.
No, I think they're wrong. I think it works out
I
that way.
do think they feel like we have somewhat of a responsibility.
Yes.
You don't think we do?
I think that's true.
I disagrey.
Oh, good conversation here.
So
I think we got a responsibility to go to every show.
Wait, let's just go around the room to see where everybody stands. I say no.
I say no.
I say absolutely not.
I say yes.
I say yes.
You say yes.
Let me hear from
You
the
say
yeses as to why.
Mark?
I say yes.
And Mark says yes.
I think we're one of the biggest platforms in the culture. I think that we review most things, TVs, albums, fucking Instagram reels, TikToks, concerts often. So if the third biggest artist in the fucking genre sells out an arena 20 minutes away for a week straight, I think someone should go up here and have something to say about it.
Yes.
Personal opinion.
I also think if this was a cast of maybe 2 or 3 people, then I can understand why we couldn't go ahead and hit everything. But I do think we have a responsibility for things that are important to the culture. To if there are people who are willing to do the job on that level and just to go review, see it, yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's my position too, and I think
so. Star Wars come out with a new movie. Somebody up here should be obligated to go see it.
Yes, I think
so.
If we talk about movies, I think we talk about popular.
We talk about movies.
If
We
Star
talk
Wars
about
is important to our fans, yes, I think so.
Our fan base is so vast that everything is important to some
But I think
level
Cole
of the
is
fan.
like is if there's a Venn diagram, I think Cole covers a lot more than
We talk about Cole. We don't talk about Star Wars.
Right.
Let me ask you a question. Why
We talk about Cole with music, etc. So yeah, I get that part. We talk about anybody really that, especially on a release week that drops some new shit.
Ice,
I came here to talk about a Pooh Shiesty album.
Ice, why was
If
Mark?
Pooh Shiesty did 5 sold out shows at MSG and you didn't go, that would be a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Ice, let me ask you.
Because that's my bag.
Ice,
to go. People was weird. Yo, why you didn't go see this person? Why you didn't go see that person? Because that's my bag. We speak about. I don't think Cole is necessarily. Well, I'm speaking for myself. I can appreciate Cole as a great rapper. I'm not the diehard Cole fan. He's not my bag.
I thought you were.
But none of us are diehard Cole fans, but we've bigged up a lot of Cole material, especially in the last couple of years, because he's been on an amazing run. His last couple albums were fire, and his feature run was incredible. I think someone, Imani went, and I would have went. So I think that covers that.
I think bad luck just made it play out differently.
Yeah, I agree.
But because we missed it, and we don't miss most things because one of us ends up fucking with it, it looks more intentional or
Like
more
not
fucked
for
up than
nothing.
it does.
Don Toliver is selling the most in hip hop right under Drake right now this year.
Mm-hmm.
He just had a tour and did a couple dates here in New York and Jersey, and nobody went. Nobody cared.
Okay, hold on.
But we do speak about his music.
Don't do that. Don't do that. It's not the same.
Cared, but I see what
It's not the same.
I'm talking about.
We had a whole moment where we dedicated segments talking about J. Cole when it came to the battle, the big 3, and all that. If we had moments, cool. If we had moments where we dedicated ourselves talking about the album and talking about everything else, there's nothing wrong with mentioning when he does something that is actually like important within the culture. Also, a big part of why people lean into Mark being brought in at first, like there's a piece of this podcast that wasn't able to be talked about in a real credible way until Mark came in, which was politics. None of us leaned into politics.
I wish he would stop.
Cool.
And we don't talk about everything big in politics.
But there is viewership that
stop.
likes when he talks about it, and it comes with some credentials.
I hate when he does it.
Cool, you hate it, but niggas like it.
Right.
But so why would we go ahead and put effort on that round?
That's a great point.
And then not put effort on
I
the
don't think
other round.
nobody here puts effort on it but Mark.
But think about
don't talk about.
Hold on, real quick. But Joe, and I agree with you. Now, fuck you. But when Kamala Harris won or lost election night, it was like we got to talk about this because this is so important that we can't miss it.
Yes,
I think to J. Cole fans, I'm not saying it's this. Just relax.
Stab you with this bottle.
No, but I'm saying to them. I'm with you, but I'm saying to them.
To urban culture,
a 5-day run, or a historic kind of 5-day run, just like Jay-Z's concert. Again, I'm not saying they're apples to apples, but I'm saying to them, they feel like those are the kinds of moments.
Y'all fucking
Let me jump
whole.
in. The only reason I'm on Free's side, and I agree with a lot of the points being made, but very rarely do I or anybody up here say to each other, hey, before you come to work, make sure you do this with this album or movie or
it got to be something
that maybe
just,
happens.
It was a couple little bit here and
once
there.
or twice.
I think a Kanye interview once. He was like,
when Drake album dropped, everybody up here knows we got to go listen to Drake.
Nigga, when J. Cole album dropped, we run to go and listen to it.
We did.
So
I'm just saying. I agree with some of what's being said, but again, I had no idea J. Cole was coming. Pause. I certainly didn't know he was doing 5 nights, and even if I knew, I wouldn't have said to nobody, "Yo, go to that show. Make sure you go to that show and come back here and do a review."
But you know what I might have.
So I'm just on the responsibility.
Okay, so
part.
I'm saying
I think because there's so many hosts up here and that come from so many different walks of
everybody like
life,
different shit.
our regular common interests normally lead back to somebody here having a pulse on what's going on out there. Sometimes we don't.
We just missed that one.
And, but again, we had two people that knew and Parks would have went and he might have went.
No, if I known about it, I would have saved and then made arrangements to go to one of the shows. Like when it get to the responsibility, I normally take it upon myself. Hey, this is big. I want to go to one person can have a rundown or something about
I agree, but
what it felt like in the building.
And
I try to go to most shit. That's of these calibers.
I go to shows that listen. When you went to the Nicki Minaj shit, I say this all the time. I don't listen to Nicki Minaj, but I knew at some point we were going to come in here and talk about Nicki Minaj and the concert.
Yeah,
I felt it was a responsibility to go just because I wanted to at least be aware of what the environment was. I talked about the Kehlani shit. I talked about going to it. Like, these are not things that I like sit around.
The summer show we went to.
Yeah, like I'm going like because
between me, Amani, Parks, and Freeze, and we could throw Mark in there. But I feel like between the four of us, we have most of the shows.
Yeah,
we do
covered.
We do.
Even
this
shit.
This was a freak shit. I was stranded.
But the idea that it shouldn't happen is it's a responsibility.
This is where it gets me, because again, we kind of speaking on a point that really don't exist. Because A, you went. B, you would have went.
Yeah.
So it ain't like nobody up here. We went out of our way and made a collective effort. Nobody's gonna go to Cole. They're saying it, and this is where y'all keep losing me. Yo, he did 5 nights in New York. It's historic. Like, yo, my nigga, Cole is him. Are y'all not? Y'all like trying to convince yourselves? We know that. This is expected. I think Cole can do 10 nights in New York because his fan base is that.
True.
That's the part that's getting me. It's like y'all want acknowledgement for something that's.
And he has New York roots.
Duh.
Yes.
I just think.
Are you shocked that J. Cole did that? Because I wasn't.
But I just
that's
think.
my thing.
But Ice, when you spoke to your personal interests or something. I just
No,
don't. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
You said I just didn't want to see this shit because I'm just not that much of a diehard, and I get that. So that's your personal take. I do think our job at this point goes past our personal shit because the same way how you will ignore that, you also will run in here and have no problem talking about how much you love the Chris Brown shit, and you've seen that show millions of times.
And you
want to see that.
I bought tickets to Chris Brown.
Hold on, nothing has changed about that show.
He added Usher now. It is changed.
Cool. I'm saying to you, I do think that when we're sitting here, we do have a bigger responsibility to not just talk about the things that we personally are invested to. You are personally invested into seeing a Chris Brown shit. So even if something like J. Cole's show isn't your genuine interest, you should still feel a responsibility to cover it because we have a fan base.
Hey, Big Dog, hold on. Let me respond to that, please.
Okay.
One, I'm not a journalist. I don't have a responsibility to cover anything. And like you said, it's enough of us up here. So you win. Parks was going. I don't have to go to a J. Cole show. There's a lot of shows of people that come around here that I'm not going to. Then there's people that, nigga, I'll travel to Philly. I'll travel to Connecticut. I'll travel because I am a diehard fan. I'm going to make it to your show. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's a group of people. Outside of that, if I catch it, I catch it. If I don't, I don't. I responded to that with my personal side because I got into like a back and forth with people saying, hey, well, why didn't you go? Like, y'all are demanding an answer why I didn't go. Okay, well, let me tell you why now. See, it's almost like if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. I didn't say nothing at all. I did. There was nothing about this album being toured that made, and the clips that I've seen, that made me say, I need to catch this show. Now, in the past, I've watched J. Cole streams. It was like, yo, this shit is fire. Mm-hmm. And again, I knew a lot of the records. It was, well, not a lot, but I knew enough of them. It was a pretty decent show that I watched. I loved it. I love what I saw on a stream. Would I go sit there knowing you're doing an album that I really don't like, Too Tough? And again, I don't talk about that album. I think we have too much of people talking about shit that they don't like.
Let me hear
or trying to force themselves onto shit.
So now, never mind the don't like. The gig is the gig, right? So if I walk in here and Ish is the person who is way more knowledgeable and people expect more about sports coming from Ish because he's always the person attached to sports.
Okay.
I think it's a lazy excuse to say, yo, I just don't like the Grizzlies, so I ain't watch it that night.
What about no? Let me respond real quick. What if Ish is an expert in basketball but don't know shit about football like that? It's still sports. But now I can't come in here and talk too much about football. Mark don't watch football. All he knows is the Eagles. So when football talk come on, Mark shuts the fuck up. Mark not running no football games. Mark not footballed out, but he'll talk basketball because that's his. It's still sports.
For me to sum it up,
But it's
do
broken
But I think
down,
J. Cole
it's-
fans see the equivalent of not being a game, but like the Super Bowl.
But it's
major
not.
fight. I'm with you, but I'm
It's
just saying, I
not.
think that's part of the disconnect. Is they see
If
these events
Cole,
as bigger.
if Cole did the Super Bowl, guess what? We would watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a fit. But again, I think just to Joe's point, everybody up here has their own specific interests, and most times, I think what makes us unique is we cover the bases in most things that are going on. Like if niggas wanted to come up here and have deep dives into politics, we could. If niggas really wanted to have deep dives into finance, we could. That just means that when we go home, more people would start delving into that particular arena. I don't think anybody up here is.
Can I just say one thing? I just want to jump in real quick. I think the fans could accept us not going if we'd engage the topic more deeply.
Yes,
because for example, if we'd even had a conversation about why we didn't go, but then talked about people who did, there was enough online information. I found out about the concert by watching my social media streams, my social media platforms and such. I think if we had talked about what people said, if we looked at some of the clips, I mean, some of these verses I don't give a fuck about, but I do watch them because I know it's going to be a part of the show.
Yeah.
It's work, so I don't think we have to go. I agree. I agree. I don't think we have a duty to go, but I do think we have a duty to take it seriously if the culture's taking it seriously. Yeah. So it's not either or. Like you either go or we ignore it. I think we damn near ignored it. You know what I mean? And I think that's what we.
I think it's just special to this. It's special to this platform.
I said damn near though. Like we didn't give it the deep dive.
Parks wasn't here to go. That would have been if everything was everything. Nobody had no trips or nothing. Guess what? Parks would have went. He'd have came back. He'd have said something about the show. I don't think you would have went. You would have went. Nope. I would have went. Like I think things would have just happened that way.
But I would have watched it online. I would have found enough to be able to talk about it more if I had known the show was happening.
I've seen clips online. I've seen him start the show walking through the crowd. I've seen him sit, which is part of my I'm a man of the people, everyday man thing. I've seen a clip of a section rapping the verse on Johnny P's Caddy, word for word, bar for bar with him. But outside of that, this particular show, I haven't seen anything that's like, oh shit, I need to be in it. When this shit come to New York, there's clips from shows that I'll see, and then I immediately go get my phone and see when is this motherfucker in New York.
Yeah.
I need to catch some of this.
But I think if what you just said, if we had said that day, I think they wouldn't have liked what we said. But I think,
and that's my point.
But I think we'd have taken it seriously.
God,
Let's move on.
God bless.
Yeah, God bless, man. If you're a fan, go to the show.